like been fine if you just busted out of what was it, hunger or one of the dogs who just busted out of one of their stomachs.
That would have been that was kind of what my plan was if you did decide to bring in a new character.
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay, I can fit him in. That works.
But, and you guys kill him, but it's still moving. Kill it again. Kill it again. You stab it, and it's yelling. There's something inside yelling at you. Stop stabbing me.
Stop blowing holes in this
And then
dog.
they kill your new character, so then you have to bring a backup character in.
Exactly.
Another character crawls out of the other dog.
Dogception.
It turns out I was right. These dogs are essentially titans, like Jaeger, and as soon as they start like disintegrating, you can see the person who it was, and that's my new character.
Very
gross.
Yeah, there we go. That's a word for it. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Instead, what happened last week? You guys finished off the fight with the Hunger and Feast. Merzus came back to the party. Woo! Yay! Woo, Merzus! Gold star for Merzus. Lured in by the fact that Feast seemed curious and followed something, and then later on he heard the cries of a familiar voice. Someone who is from his past that he was not expecting to see probably right away, but was relieved to see that at least she was still alive. After your fight with the dogs, which lasted for most of the session, it was really close. Merzus got swallowed for a bit, but you guys managed to, with some very heavy blows,
died on that turn.
With some very strong blows, managed to defeat these two dogs who poofed out of there. Didn't really leave much of a trace behind them other than some puddles of blood and drops of acid. But Merzus was reunited with someone who he was very close with as they danced off into the night. Still shaken up by the revelations of what Faye had told them, Etienne needed some time alone, so he stepped away from the hut. And reeling with the loss of a close mentor and mother figure, Eurus took refuge in the hut that was once Faye's. Sidian looks to be following close behind, but we'll see what happens as you guys pick up with the end of this night. What would you guys like to do?
So, is morning gonna come soon, or is it like sleep time thereabout?
It would be sleep time because you guys have not slept yet.
Okay.
Like, what, maybe an hour? Probably less after the sunset, because we were
Correct.
like, the sun was just setting like when we got here.
Yep.
Right, okay.
That's gone on in like the last little while. Well, I don't know if I need to go first, but I think Sid was seeming to be a little distraught. He was entering back. But somebody else wants to pick up.
I think we're all distraught. How can we bring ourselves back together?
Strangely enough, Mercer seems to be the one that's the least distraught.
Yeah, he's got his gal.
But, okay,
I mean,
for
10
Merzus
minutes of
is-
like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know, like there was at least 10 minutes of like floating in the air, dancing before I levitated us back down. So probably everybody saw it at one point,
Oh, like Casper.
more or less.
Yes.
Sid,
I was gonna
probably-
say that Merzus is never upset. He usually just has about the situation. This time it seems like he has a positive take on it though.
I think sometimes he has a negative take on things. But yeah, most of the time he's fairly neutral about how things are going.
Yeah. I think it's just because this what we're doing almost directly involves him, unlike other things, other sins before. So I think this is the first time it's like forced him into that position.
Yeah.
I
These are all
mean,
just opinions.
Because I think Sid would have headed inside like a minute or two into your dance. Do we want to pick up there? With Sid and
Sure.
yours? Um,
Yeah, so City and you enter Faye's hut, and there is a definite change in atmosphere as you enter. When you first came in, yes, it was almost slightly chaotic and unkempt, but there was still a warmth about the hut. Now that the fire has kind of dimmed and the cauldron has been shut off, it definitely feels a lot colder here.
hmm. What is yours?
Eurus would have just been just kind of in her own thoughts, staring into the fire, as it's long enough that it went out.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Does she say anything or look up as Sid enters?
Not really. Like I said, she's kind of in her own thoughts. You know, her for her mother essentially died, so she's still. Uh, I think now the shock of the situation is set in now that the fight is over. You know,
Yeah.
so she's
I think
just sitting there, very kind of like 1,000 yard stare, sort of.
Sid opens the door, steps in, and takes a kind of a look around the place, seeing how it's changed, and eventually sees you sitting there and just kind of says, "Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I'm, I know I might not mean much, but sorry about your mom." And he begins opening the door like he's going to go and step back outside, leave you to it.
Right before or right as you're leaving, she'll just, without turning, just. She wasn't really my mom.
Uh, yeah, pauses and uh, does briefly consider a snide remark, but decides that that is not a good. Uh, did you want to? I'm not best at this, but did you want to talk about it?
She'll like turn
You
around
don't.
and kind of look at you. She'll take off the what's left of her mask. And then she'll like gesture to sit down on the opposite side. Or if I'm getting this right, is it like just one bench here?
So
Or is there an opposite chair? Sorry.
it is a couple different chairs set next to each other. So it's a chair,
Mhm.
a little mini table, and then another chair, all facing the fire.
But yeah, there's another place to sit.
Okay. Yeah, she'll gesture at the other chair before she stands up and I guess you could say looks in her through her pouch and cape, or the cape in her, sorry, the pouch in her cape, and brings out some flint to start up the fire again.
I can, if you'd like, I can.
she'll just continue and light the fire herself.
Sid will. He won't.
And she just sits back down and, even though she could do great things and see even greater things, she still took the time to do the fire herself. Like the little things that mattered.
Why do you think she did that?
Because the little things matter. Especially out here.
Did
She looked at someone like me and decided to take me in because it was the little things that mattered.
She meant a lot.
You could see her eyes getting glazy, like they want to well up in tears. But she just kind of grips the chair tighter and just nods in agreement.
As a side note, because I don't think I described it fully when you arrived, it looks like you had some tears or redness welling up in his eyes as well. He's stuffed that down for the time being, though there's still redness there. Seems like she raised you well. Obviously, I didn't know her all that much, but seems like the two of you have good memories of her this time. Hope that you cherish.
She'll kind of sigh, a long sigh. I don't know what happened to her near the end. Her mind wandered. The person that I had known. I feel I don't know who you are, but if I'm to find out why this happened and why she's led me to you, then I will join you for the time being.
I admit I don't have grand insights. I kind of does a little bit of a dry swallow of not really certain if he should be admitting this in his own subconscious, but I don't really have any grand insights that a hero should have. We've had luck on our side, I guess. That's what you want to call it. she seemed like she had some sort of insight. Even if it was through distorted by kind of pauses, looking for the right word. Distorted. There seemed to be wisdom behind it. Granted, that's just, again, like a 30-minute span of knowing her, but sure.
She'll just look out the window for a bit, seeing that it's getting darker. And she'll look back at you and says, I appreciate what you're saying. And I don't know, or I don't exactly fully trust that you can do what you say that you can do.
Sigh.
But we would not be here without her, and the answers that she may have had, the insight, like you said, that she may have had is gone with her. She trusted you guys enough to let her look into her cauldron. So I may not be taking my faith from you, but my faith I am taking from my mother. And so for the time being, this is the best chance and the best odds I have.
Looks contemplative. Fire. I've never exactly been the best with faith. People. Give it a shot. See where this road that we've been set out on leads us.
Good. Then we should probably get some rest.
Yeah.
We have quite the road ahead of us, and I think we need some time to ourselves for a bit. I need time to
Oh.
myself for a bit.
Leave you to your...
She'll just nod and then get up, making sure like the fire is still going well before she goes to this area right here. Sorry, give me a second, see if I can move her. And just kind of get ready to go to sleep.
Out of curiosity, she's a big rabbit folk woman, and how appropriately sized is this bed?
She's probably going to sleep on the floor.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if she tried to sleep on the bed, her feet would definitely be dangling off the edge.
Good night. Maybe have a better day tomorrow.
And she'll just kind of curl up into a ball, put the cape over herself, and then just try and not move on, but just not self-reflect as much.
Sid will step outside. I think let's check in with the other two and try and have another discussion with somebody, or he might just start in bed himself somewhere.
Perfect. So let's check in with the other two. Let's start with you, Etienne. What are you currently doing as nightfall is upon you now?
Right now he is pacing back and forth in this little cleared spot. There's apparently a lot of things on his mind as he glances about. And he'll suddenly stop and, with a bit of a roar, he'll thrust his sword into the dirt. One step closer. Blood of those dogs have not yet cooled to rust my blade, but one step. If I count. Still alive, but one step closer. Quest is not complete. Not complete yet. But it shall be. And it shall be far more than what you ever did, Father. Or have you really earned your place on this sword? Did you earn your place to teach me? To teach me nothing. Because of you. Because of this lineage. We are here. You have changed that. Any of us have changed it. But now he's just madly monologuing to himself. There's excitement. There's rage. There's anxiety. But there's still a sense of satisfaction and purpose. And that's where he'll kind of plant himself for the night. Just restless and thinking. And staring at his family's sword.
So, Sidon, as you leave the hut, you see this this man monologuing to himself as he is staring at this sword very intensely. Would you like to talk to Etienne?
I think I assume at this point in time, Merces and Natasha are still dancing.
I think this would be about the time that they would be touching back down.
I think he kind of takes a look back and forth between the two sets of characters out right now and says, "Yeah, I guess this." Yeah. So he will kind of warily make his way over to Etienne. Definitely staying sword's length away, just in case.
Fair.
Definitely trying to get close, then make himself known, not trying to startle him. Is everything all right?
With his back to you, he'll stop not too abruptly, and then slowly turn.
I heard monologuing. Not much, but
Well, just sorting things out.
yeah.
We all have things to sort out, don't we?
Seems we'd. I guess I'll leave you to your sword.
There's nothing I've said to it that I haven't already said.
And again, I think you may notice still some red in his eyes with some puffiness around them. Yes. Probably time to start sleeping.
If one can.
Lie.
Sidian, did your father ever teach you about... Did he ever teach you about the real dangers that the world holds?
I think you see him tense up with that pause around your father. And he kind of pauses in contemplation on how he wants to answer this question.
Wait, I'm sorry. Does he know about his father, or is it just Mercy that knows about his father?
It's just Mercy, as far as I know.
Only Mercy knows about the whole situation with Saloon. They did know,
Yeah, true.
and with the confirmation that it's Asmodeus that's their father, Sid suspects that it's some sort of dark entity, probably Asmodeus. That's the entity that has his holy symbol on both Insidian's spellbook and Mercedes' blade. And then also there was the vision that he just had earlier, like not even an hour ago, relating to his father. You could say I learned that sort of lesson. My father wasn't exactly around much.
He looks taken aback a little bit, but he'll nod. My apologies. Too many are born orphans in this world. Too many left widowed. Too many left childless. Oh, sorry.
Nobody's born an orphan. Their parents are simply taken away by life.
Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sid kind of mutters, but probably audible enough that you could hear it. Nobody's born an orphan. Life simply takes them away. Through circumstance or choice.
What circumstances took yours away? If I may. You're entitled to ignore my question.
Not entirely certain about my father, but my mother. She was a member of the temple that raised my sister and I. And they cast her out. And died because they cast her out of shame and caused her to die due to lack of care that she should have received. I don't know what happened, why she couldn't get it elsewhere, why my father wasn't there to care for her, but nonetheless, she died all the same, and she didn't deserve it.
Why was she cast out?
Because when she had been younger, like my sister and I, she had been raised in the temple, and like my sister, she had taken a vow of celibacy, and this person's done this yet, but she fell in love, as far as I'm aware. How that ended up happening with any pauses is he's like saying like, oh no, don't want to spill the beans on that. How that ended up happening, I have no idea. But she refused to share who my father was with the church.
I see.
They needed someone.
Then I suppose my question was... Well, I suppose you weren't the one to answer my question. And I'm sorry.
Sorry. The dangers of the world, was it?
Yes.
I've had others in my life that have shared such, but I'm sure you have something in mind when you're referring to it.
He nods. Yes.
What?
I suppose what I'm reaching for more so is if your father or a guardian, someone you looked up to, someone you believe to be your infallible protector, they fail to teach you of the world's real and tangible and indiscriminate dangers. They failed to teach you, and you were hurt because of ignorance. How much would you blame them?
Sidian eyes. He's been through the station. His eyes have been kind of darting around, kind of looking between Etienne and back at the hut, and Mercis, and around the sky, the trees. His eyes lock. I may not have been forewarned in all the ways I might have hoped, but I have certainly learned. Cruel, intangible things life.
I think you're cutting out again. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I
I'm
heard
sorry,
cruel,
I'm-
intangible things.
The cruel, intangible things that life will throw at you. did you have something?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure whether you had
Oh yeah.
something else
Okay.
to say. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
But would you
If you want,
forgive them? Would you forgive them for failing to teach you?
he kind of looks down, kind of turns to the side, kind of not able to keep Etienne's eye at this time.
Yeah, his eyes
After
look
brief,
very, very sad right now. Like, this is a gut-wrenching question for him to ask.
after a brief pause, Sid says, "I'm sorry, but I don't know. I haven't discovered that myself."
No,
Sorry.
it was unfair to ask you anyway. And he'll draw his sword from the ground. A bit of a shing ringing through the air as he sheaths it.
I think that would depend on whether they deserve forgiveness.
Whether they deserve what?
Whether they deserve forgiveness.
Ah,
Not everybody does.
indeed.
Sid takes it.
Perhaps I don't. Most of all.
Question, I guess, is anybody?
Is anybody what? I'm so sorry. I keep
Sorry.
hearing like the first bit of what
Is
you're
any-
saying.
Is anybody worthy of forgiveness?
Some, surely.
I hope so. I hope most people could be.
It's a good thing to dream, but a naive one. Naivete leads to too much pain. It's all too easy.
Okay.
But it seems that you've grown past that. You seem to have a decent handle on your shoulders and whatever these gadgets and things that you carry with you. They're your own design.
I hope I can do work being past night, but I will. And yes, most of which are
Impressive. I'm sure your brain will take you far. And God's willing, get us out of all of this.
I thought for years that I still think for the most part, but I thought that we could avoid tragedy, avoid hardship, if we just understood we were prepared, and if we understood things, applied knowledge in the right places, we could do anything. hope that's. We should head.
Yes.
Should we check in with Merces?
Yeah, so Merzis, you and Natasha just had this lovely dance and have now touched down back to the ground. She seems reluctant to let you go, though. Is there anything you would like to say to her? Merzis, you are muted.
Son of a bitch every time.
Have you been talking, like, commenting this entire time?
A little
We
bit,
forgot to do a
yeah.
mic check.
Oh,
Forgot to do a
dear.
mic check, guys.
I did forget to do my check. I need to start doing that.
Okay, it was only a few comments. One or two of them might have been like, I'm expecting at one point someone to have one of these backup characters to have just be a complete Kaiser Soze, just a curveball for us. As soon as they leave for their original characters to come back, they're just going to take off a hat of disguise, and we're not going to have any idea who they really were.
Indeed.
That's highly convoluted. I like it.
No rhyme, no reason, just this one cleric that we made halfway through the journey that helped us. Turns out they were just 3 kobolds stacked up in a trench coat. We don't know why.
Aha! It was Arthur. It was Arthur, bitch.
Damn it, not again.
I'm assuming half of the NPCs we meet are Arthur just in disguise.
You don't know that.
Every
actually
single NPC is Arthur or copies
You-
of him.
Actually, just danced for 10 minutes with Arthur.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be okay with it.
Like he disguises himself using magic, but you know that because the magic obviously just hides everything, right? But just to fuck with people in case it ever goes away. Underneath that is like the worst kind of makeup and costume, just in case his magic doesn't work.
I always imagine it like you guys seen the Family Guy? No, it's the American Dad Roger's costume. Like there's always that one costume nobody can see through, so you can clearly see it's
exactly what I
Roger in
was
one frame.
thinking.
Like, but everybody else like, oh no, it's obviously an NPC until somebody just high enough perception, or you just instantly know, oh, this guy's fucking. It's Arthur. He's fucking with us.
Oh,
That's right.
Onyx is the only one that's like
Obviously, just
he's kissing
like-
Arthur. Everyone sees that, right?
I'm just imagining it's like Spy, like his disguises, where it's just like a paper printout of the character's face, like just stapled onto his own face.
Love it.
That'd be hilarious.
Terrifying.
That would be
That's what Onyx sees.
amazing. Okay, that would be an awesome ability for like a changeling or a shapeshifter. Like that's how they do it.
Mask of many faces.
That would be very cool. But before any of that gets revealed, if it is going to get revealed, Merzis, are you saying anything to Natasha?
Yeah, give me a second. I think, yeah. No, I'd ask her for anything she wants to talk about, because my thing is mainly just going to be asking what's been going on because of how, since I haven't been here for anything. So only if she's up for talking about that. Otherwise, we've been through. It's been a long, harrowing day where I got swallowed, and she was running for her life from both of these things, and we are both just messed up. I'm still on the verge of dying. I don't think I was healed. I
No.
healed her for everything I could.
You sure did. You gave everything to Natasha, which is very romantic. Probably not the smartest move, but very romantic. Natasha will take this opportunity to kind of very briefly give you a rundown of the situation And by very briefly, I mean she literally goes, Mers, this school is fucked. You left and it just got more fucked. Don't leave again.
Hugging her, I won't.
Will you... Are you going to face your mother?
Yes, Dad came here to take care of the sin, and it's been time. I was honestly wondering if she had something to do with it, if she was just a third faction in whatever this was with. But believe it or not, I took a whiff of some. This witch lady's called me and showed me some visions that were very interesting.
Versus, you don't understand. She's changed. She's not your mother anymore. It's as if she's taken over, and all she wants is power.
Like no monologue on how she's going to do it, why it's obviously going to work, or that it's obviously for the best for everyone to listen to her.
No, it's just selfish, raw, primal desire for power. She's let the entire city die. Everyone's starving.
Damn it. Okay, so it's definitely gone off the hinges. Well, we'll stop it. Whatever's left, whatever we can salvage, we'll start over. But we'll stop her first.
Promise me that we will stop her together.
We will. We have. Well, I'm looking over to the few other people. I have at least one person here I know I know has my back no matter what, and I've got his. And the two new ones are interesting. There was another new one, but then she kind of left, which is unfortunate. She could really use her right now.
We could use everyone right now, but I think that's the situation everywhere from what I'm hearing.
Sarah, I think you'd like her. She's you remember how I used to be? Very upbeat and foolish.
Stupid?
Yeah, she's just smarter than I was, but more or less the same. Very a little pious in the whole we're doing good. We can't lose. We've got the right stuff to get it done. She hasn't gotten far.
Strange, I didn't know that was your type.
Oh, she was not. It's more of a. I really hoped it worked out for her, unlike it did for me. She's nice and all, but I can't imagine it would ever work if I tried something like that, because just. No.
You see her eyes kind of look you up and down, Mers's. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think that would work for you either.
It's actually her twin sister, and I point to Sidian. So essentially, just imagine Sidian, but as a girl. But instead of being magic-y, she's more paladin.
Her twin sister?
Oh, that's a girl. Ooh.
Classic Russian humor.
No. Trust me, I've already checked, and despite me thinking you were twins originally, they are, but not.
Wait,
not the same.
You checked?
What?
Oh God, I gotta take you to Sutton. There's a great hot spring.
Does Mercis think that is a woman?
He may have thought that at the beginning when we were mentioning you guys are twins.
It is quite the thing seeing someone actively eat their foot.
So
Oh yeah, no, this
apparently,
is not. No, this is something he did in fact believe until he realized it wasn't true.
So apparently, he thought Sidian was a woman, and then. Are you implying that you and Sidian had a night in the hot springs where you discovered that no, he was a man?
I do not remember that.
He was like, he's a man, not much of one, but I made sure.
No, that was not it. 2 seconds.
No, come
'Cause
back here and
that's-
explain yourself.
Because that's what I think Natasha's getting from this is that, oh, you had a.
You tried to fuck him, and then found out he had a dick.
Life outside of Gula has really changed Moses, apparently.
Like I could just no, it's okay, honey. I saw his junk too. It's fine.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I don't remember this. Did he roofie him or something?
Oh gosh, no.
It was that saxophone.
Oh no.
No. Damn saxophone.
That careless whispers gets him every time.
Mhm.
I would like to cast Shatter on the saxophone.
Good luck.
Sorry, back. Had to double check something. And I do indeed have some tacos for later.
Woo! Delicious.
Yep, nice al pastor and ready when I am. So
Ooh, jealous.
back to this. Where were we?
So you're telling me that you originally thought he was a girl, but then you spent an
Twins?
evening
So I
in a
first-
hot tub, found out he wasn't a girl.
No, the evening in the hot tub was with his twin sister. I heard they were twins, and I knew about her first. But no one said anything about twins, like fraternal. Or I'm trying to think. Is it fraternal? Or is it the other? I knew about
Yeah,
her
it's-
first, so I just assumed that it was both of them were girls. And then they just kept. Eventually, someone said brother, and then I don't remember if I asked or if I looked one time, but eventually I figured out it was not true.
It looks similar, not identical.
And Moses, you see Natasha take a step back and cross her arms in front of her. Why were you in the hot tub with either one of them?
Ooh.
Okay. One, hold on. Yeah, I was taking my normal bath. This is in the hot tub down in Sutton. I guess people just do it one at a time, but they kind of want you to limit to like an hour at most or something like that. So everyone can get to do it. I was kind of testing out. Was the first time this happened in after we took out Lust or after? Because I don't remember if we had a time before or after.
It was after Lust.
Okay, so it was after.
Because you
I
had the
remember-
horn.
Just blame
Right.
lust.
It was the effect of one of the sins.
No, it was after we killed one of the sins. I had this, so I decided. Technically, Sidian still has his skull, and out of one of its horns, I decided to make a. No, I made an instrument out of it. It's called a sax, and I'd pull out the horn. This baby right here.
Oh god, he's gonna start playing it, isn't he?
Okay.
Man, Eurus went to sleep at the perfect time.
Where
And-
does the
I'll-
sister come in?
Mhm.
I guess she was going up there to, I don't know if it was to investigate the sound or she was going up there just to see if it was empty or not, the hot spring. But I
It was
essentially looking up-
investigating the sound because it was like drawing her out, I think.
So, but essentially I was playing it and I didn't know this at the time, but apparently this thing's got some magic to it. Like still some residual from like the Sim, which turns out messes with people in certain ways. And we ended up having a lovely little conversation.
Which
And then
sin
we
was
left.
this made out of?
The first one we took out was lust. Yeah, we killed him with acid. It was
And-
great.
So you played a horn made out of lust to attract his sister.
I love how
No,
he hasn't mentioned
I
that she's a
played-
nun as well.
Oh, I haven't mentioned that yet. I just said she was a paladin. I played it to, because I was still figuring out how, because it doesn't exactly, it's not as well like tuned. It's literally just a horn with holes. It's essentially just a giant ocarina, because it doesn't have any like the finer workings of like the the fancier instruments. This is just a normal.
Dang,
And he
Sidian,
essentially
you said
showed her.
this is basic ass instrument.
Still ended up.
I'm
And it
the
was
one who
then
made
that
it.
she realized she's
I'm-
in love with an idiot.
She knew that way before this. Let's make
True.
that clear. This is not.
I don't
me.
think Mirzus ever mentioned Natasha here. This is interesting.
Yoop. And there's a reason he said them ever getting together, a lot of things would have to be swapped around. This is one of the main things that have to be swapped around. Either she's dead or somehow okay with it. I don't know which. But
that's so funny.
that's something you gotta worry about. That's something you worry about later. So here's, and it's interesting, because I made this, kind of just carved it out, looked up some info on how to do it, got some advice, and it plays more or less well, and I just hand it to her, see if she wants to try it out.
She looks at it and then takes the biggest inhale and starts to blow on this instrument.
Oh no!
I do show her where to put the, what exactly, the exact finger movements, so she can just try playing her own Careless Whisper.
Would
Let's
we
see
be
how
able
well
to
she
hear this?
plays.
So I actually rolled a performance check to see how well she would do, and she rolled a
Can I
natural
assist?
20.
Oh!
Hell fucking yeah!
Oh no!
So,
no.
Sidian, Etienne, and Mirzus, I'm gonna need you guys to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
thank
You missed the
God!
party.
Oh,
Natural
heck, we're
20.
fine.
What do you get?
Saving
Oh,
throw.
God.
What's 18 plus 14?
Oh, that's too much.
Oh,
I'm looking at charisma, and then my
It's a
roll is
32.
18.
God, I
Yeah.
forget how like high level we are. And you have like a.
wait, is your bonus 14 or is your
Bonus.
score 14?
I'm looking at saving throws, and it says plus 14.
You can tap on it and it'll tell you why, but I think I might. Know.
What?
If I,
You
I
have
think
a
you're
plus
a paladin.
5 on all saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would do it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes.
An aura, if I remember right.
Yeah, your
Or
aura
it might be something
protection.
else.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those things are good at high level.
Sorry, I might have paper. I do not understand. Paper.
That's
Don't
100% fair.
At 32
Great.
for you.
Mhm.
Etienne, you hear the soft sounds of what appears to be a very melodic horn melody. It sounds nice, sounds calming, but it doesn't really affect you mentally.
Good.
This is a bad
Strong.
news for him because now she's
Stalwart.
not going to believe him.
Sidian,
Natural 20 plus 2.
you same thing. You hear the sound of this horn playing. It sounds very lovely. Sounds like someone who has some experience with this instrument has picked it up and started to play. But
It
You
is
don't.
mortified.
you don't you don't feel anything come over you. Mirzus, what is your saving throw?
I think
So
he's an
I
absolute liar.
rolled.
He chooses
I
to
rolled.
fail.
What was? Just remind me. What save was this again?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Charisma. And here's the fun thing. I have advantage against being charmed, which I believe this is what this counts as.
Yes.
I rolled a natural 1, and then I did that thing where I rolled a 20, and then I folded back into a 2.
Yay!
So,
Bullet
4.
dice.
Bullet
Yeah.
dice for the win. No, wait.
You still keep
2
on
plus
using them
3 is
though.
5. They sometimes work really well with the other stuff, but because the rollback thing doesn't just happen on the 20, it sometimes happens with the other ones. It's because
And then
they're
you-
bullets. Like they want to spin to the next one, but like the momentum's not enough. But it's enough to roll them back once.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So 5.
This is
So
honestly kind of appropriate since
true.
you're actually in love with her.
Moses, you are
I am.
charmed. Charmed
I like
by
to
the
imagine that
my-
airplane thing.
I like to imagine that my normal smile at her is just a little bit more goofy. Just an extra chuckle or two while I'm just chilling.
Got that Charlie Brown smile.
I think she sees this and yeah, she takes note of this change to your appearance, and her smirk kind of grows a little bit bigger. Don't tell me you've fallen for me more.
I mean, I do that every day.
Except apparently when there's a woman in a hot tub.
No, still you.
She will look down at the horn, Moses, and then hand it back to you. Maybe keep that for when it's just the two of us. I can get very possessive.
Mm.
Oh, I remembered
Mm.
something. I have something for you. You should.
Keep this holy now.
Well, no, I was about to say like we probably shouldn't change out here. Like, we should probably get inside to do that, right?
Yes, it should be safe from the dogs, but that doesn't mean there's not other things roaming around Gula.
Don't know this place that well. Let's see if we can find a quick place. I need to change and give you something.
She'll point to the hut. This is the closest thing for Miles, unfortunately.
It works.
So, Moses, are you going back to the hut?
Yes. With her, and I have a few things because with all the cool stuff I now have, there's a bunch of things I no longer need that are very good items that I would love if she had. Because I don't know exactly how well she's outfitted. I'm assuming not great because how bad things are here.
Not
So I'm hoping to
great.
upgrade that.
Okay.
Hoping to upgrade that immensely.
So we will get back to you guys. Eurus, I know you mentioned that you were going to fall asleep. However, I did want to ask, because I know last session you picked up a journal that appeared to belong to Faye. Are you reading that tonight?
I was going to read that, she was going to read that while she was like curled up.
Okay.
However, this other thing that was happening was so entertaining.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, too bad you missed it.
There should be something on Foundry now.
Are we supposed to see that as well?
Ooh.
I'm making this open to everyone. However, this will just be what Eurus is reading. But
Fair.
yes.
I Foundry, you said?
Yes.
Don't. I just see the regular map that we're on.
Everybody sees it except.
Except for you.
Wonderful. This is
She-
great.
That's
She
the
owns
way
Gula.
it goes.
Let me try sending it just to you. Can you see that?
On Foundry once again?
Yes. It'll be a big old pop-up. You can't miss it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I may have missed it. I don't see anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Give us a sec, guys.
Could should I get a screenshot of it and just send it? Or
You know what? Can you come over?
Yeah, give me a
cover up
sec.
all the secret, like,
Yeah, everything
Cover
else
up
is
all the
hidden.
good stuff.
Shh, everything else is hidden. We're fine.
Yeah, Sid would not know this, but I'm reading through this and oh boy.
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not reading through this because I don't know it. Totally don't know it.
Fair enough.
Holy shit, did you see page 4?
On page 8, I was gonna be like, you made a lot of typos here. It's like, oh wait, this makes sense. She's going crazy. And I thought that said find your boner. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that roboted out really badly and it heard like you said something else.
I read page 8, it says find your broer, but I read it as find your boner. And I was like, what?
I'm thinking because I've heard of a monster, a homebrew monster that's that. All of that.
Gosh.
It literally sucks your bones. It's they got it off of the whatchamacallit. I don't remember what cartoon it was. I don't know if it was Rick and Morty or if it was the Planetary. It's essentially a small bunny-like creature that just hops around cute until it gets within striking range. It like jumps up on you, bites you really quick, and then sucks out all your bones. And it just does a cute little mew as it goes looking for the next thing to eat. Terrifying little thing.
I closed it. I didn't mean to. Oh no, I can see it. But-
My computer's resetting on itself because of an update, so I gotta wait a bit.
Did you need me to resend it to you?
No, I see how to reopen it.
Cool.
Cool. Don't know any of that yet, but
One god's surprise is another god's treasure. Ooh, whatever could that mean?
I
Nobody
think
knows.
here?
Nobody knows.
Okay, well. I'm sorry, I'm too sarcastic. Man, Sid's been down for the past couple sessions.
Look, I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
honest.
All of us.
The more and more I read of this, the gods sound more like mafias. Like mafia
I
bosses.
mean, if you were to ask Sid, or say that around Sid, he'd say, "Yeah, no, that's how I see it too."
And like they do good. They do help out, but like they've also got like that edge of control, and like this is very much their territory. So
Probably this would be a discussion for the next day, but we can also start while he's working on reading that. Where's our next destination? I guess at this point, because we found the. Well, we've spoken with Faye.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got attacked.
Yeah, then we got attacked. Obviously, we need to rest up for the night, back on our feet for tomorrow. But past that, we still need to decide where we're going.
Well, we're going
maybe
on
there's some bit
to
of
the
info that-
city, right?
Hey guys, I figured I
believe so.
found out how it ends. Crystal showed me everything. It turns out it was Mr. Mustard in the. Never mind.
In
I
the
can't even
conservatory?
finish that.
With a
Yes,
candlestick.
with a candlestick.
I knew it.
No, surely it was with the
Wait,
lead pipe.
candlestick?
I could have sworn.
I thought it was with the what was it called? The candle holder.
That is a candlestick.
That is a candlestick.
Everyone.
Like
is
no,
right.
I was
It's
just
a little
expecting everyone just gives him deadpan look. Turn off the
He's
light.
a-
Someone else is
He's
gonna
a little
die.
confused, but he's got the spirit.
Jesus.
I missed
no,
that
because
format.
I'm looking at the candlestick right now, and it's like smushed into pieces. So obviously he tried it with that, and it was too soft. This killer was smart. He didn't give up. He went for the holder. That's a piece of steel.
Looks over at Natasha. You're in love with an idiot.
Oh, she knows.
Has he always
no,
been like this, or did
so,
he like get dropped on his head as a child?
Okay,
question is everyone
I don't question how your
Confusing.
parents raised you, but they probably weren't as brutal as mine.
fair?
So you're saying she dropped
But
you on
to
the
be
head as a
fair,
child?
you also had all the money in the world.
We did.
So
Funny.
sorry, we aren't. Not everyone can be as rich as you, Mrs. Bezos.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
not even close.
Is everyone heading into the hut?
I guess.
I
It's
think
the only
so.
building we got, right?
Sid would offer to
Yep.
use tiny hut outside, that way to not disturb Eurus, but also, if it is reasonable to want to use the shelter that we have.
I knew I should have gotten the item expanded.
We'll huddle
before
together for
Christmas.
warmth.
The perfect little time to just say, hey, you know what? I
I'll
can
think
make
we're
my
there.
own building.
We'll huddle together for warmth. You and Etienne can pair up. Sidian, you and Etienne can pair up.
I don't think we're that close yet.
No, Eurus.
Foot
you
to
should be the
face.
big
Foot
spoon.
to face.
Yeah,
Keep
you
it
can
no,
raise
no,
the
no,
big
no, no. Fur.
spoon.
No.
The biggest.
The
spoon.
only way to do this is foot to face, like everyone on opposite ends, facing outside.
Everybody's
That's
got-
just sitting, facing outside. All right.
Everybody's smelling each other's stinky road traveled feet. Good job.
No, that's why I said facing outside.
See, I don't get why you guys
Smells
don't just
drift.
sleep in a tree. It's the easiest solution to all this.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god. I was thinking it's like, we would all huddle in the middle of the hut except for this cauldron there. Now I'm wondering what would happen if we tried drinking the cauldron juice.
Do it.
I think we would gain every disease ever.
You
Yeah.
have yes.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for it.
No.
I'm gonna
What?
roll-
I have divine health. I will be immune to such things. I'll get a horrible acid trip though.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm really tempted to try the cauldron.
No. We need you conscious. Your magic is still useful.
Flumpy for my magic, don't you?
Of course.
Could I
With-
cast
Yeah,
Identify?
what
on
does-
cauldron? That's probably a safer bet.
Identify?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ritual spell. Assuming we're all going inside, do we want to roleplay some stuff before this?
I'm realizing how much we need to start using this spell more often before we do this stupid shit. We all took bong hits off this thing.
Listen, I was just looking in. I wasn't expecting to have hallucinations.
It was a simmering cauldron of a possible hag witch. For all we know, if she was a fae of the Feywild, like an archfey or something. We don't know.
So everyone is going inside. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes. Let's move some people.
I'm just imagining what's the name of the thing where you got a keg of beer and you stand over it
A keg
and
stand?
a keg stand, doing that with a cauldron. I'm just imagining that now.
I could see your mentor just college days.
Never. Probably.
Go weak, Sidian.
Maybe?
College days. Fight Kappa Kappa.
Magic Kappa.
So, Sidian, with your identify, you do discover that no, there is nothing magical about this cauldron.
Or the juice inside?
Or the juice inside.
It's just mildew.
So
Maybe
just
it's
soup.
lost. It's literally just a vat of acid, and not the acidic kind. It's the acid.
The LSD.
So this is just LSD, isn't it?
That's how you guys all saw this vision.
LSD.
Surprise.
LSD and Molly is what that stuff is.
Yes, but they were harvested from mushrooms that were interdimensional, so you guys got to actually see stuff, like future stuff.
But wouldn't that be magic?
Not if you're doing it the other way, because some stuff have it on its own. It's not so much magical. It's more natural.
I guess that kind of gets into the nitty gritty of what you would define. But yeah, no effect.
True.
No magic that you can detect with identify on this cauldron.
Am I getting any strange feelings from it still?
It's still fuming.
You do get the feeling that if you were to drink any of this, it would make you probably very sick. And I think you get that not from your identify, but just from the smell of this thing. It does smell very, very vile.
It's fair.
Rotten.
To each.
Does it seem like if we were to look into the cauldron again, we'd still continue to have those visions?
No.
Okay.
The liquid inside has stopped bubbling and is no longer moving. It's just brown, murky slop in a cauldron.
Oh my god, why does this smell like Bordal's jockstrap? Jesus Christ.
Wait, you smell
I'll
that?
give you a
That's
gold
weird.
if you drink it, Mirzus.
I have not been drinking far. I'm nowhere near drunk enough for that to work. You know me.
If they're inside saying this,
gold.
I think Eurus would kind of get up and just still holding the book. Are you two done being dumb?
I mean,
I don't think
everybody's dumb except
we don't-
Eurus.
we don't really
And more,
stop. We just kind of
According to
pause.
Eurus.
yeah.
I pause being done, and then it picks up whenever
Oh.
someone else, pushes on pause.
I think I'd have to die to stop, and even then, probably not. And I don't plan on dying either. But yeah,
It's more of an
Do you
annoyance.
have- I mean, yeah. No, we could say that for tomorrow.
No, you're good. No, she comes up with the book, the booklet that she took before the fight, when we thought the place might get destroyed. Facebook, if you will. And she just kind of seems a bit in shock
Everything.
as she places the book down for everyone to see the entries. And the last entry being the most, well, depending on how you view this, disturbing or miraculous.
So
Chris,
I'm
I don't know.
assuming this book is going to be passed around for everyone to read it.
At least on. Well, she places it on the table for them to see it, to see the writing.
I'm assuming it needs to be like flipped back and forth if it's on multiple pages.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
yes.
Uh,
But she is very much like watching you guys to make sure they don't take it.
Sid.
She's looking at Sid because he is
Oh,
the
and
one that was like investigating everything. He was just like looking at Sid, like.
Well, Sid flips between the pages quickly and like passes it off like after, like quickly enough. It's like you're not even certain if he read through it all. It's, shit. A benefit, keen mind.
I'm
Did you,
seeing the
give me
last
the
page.
clip? Did you give me
The
the
last
cliff notes? Because I don't got it anymore. My computer had to reset itself.
She's going insane. Sidian is one man's trash, another man's treasure.
She had, yeah. Thanks for the phrasing on that.
He's
Call me
garbage.
trash. She
She was.
had messages for us.
Oh no.
She did have that insight.
But how do we know she's correct?
We don't, and that's terrifying.
She claims my son is excited to see me, but
She knew our names before we arrived. It could be some other form of divination, but she was able to find our names. And obviously she went mad. I think this is legit.
Sorry, can you hear me? My mute keeps malfunctioning on my headset.
what
Yeah,
you
we-
saying?
Okay. She does kind of, because I'm assuming that you guys are talking about that amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
She does say what made my mother so invaluable to our group, our people, and the reason I thought she could help us is because of her amazing ability to almost felt like she could see the possibilities, which would greatly guide us. So her knowing you or knowing that you'd be here is not completely out of the question. I felt if I was you, I would want to know what was on this as well. And she kind of like looks at everyone here generally. I mean, I know Natasha's there, but not her.
Obviously, the 8th page is shows the most of what she knows. Messages for each of us, but page 7. She's in blind spell.
I
Crystal, actually,
don't-
I'm seeing that. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's part of the message as well, or if that's like the formatting, Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Felda equals lost breach. Was that?
That's in there. It's just a
Oh.
weird format thing.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure it wasn't like some. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't see that on the Foundry version.
No, yeah, that's why I just wanted to make sure. So that was part of the message as well. And she, like she said, like her mind wasn't all there. Now we know somewhat why she was clearly straining her abilities beyond what they're supposed to be. And well, she'll just kind of trail off with that. this kind of just gives her more resolve that she should be with these people, and that following this group for the time being is probably the best. But yeah, like she said, she just feels that if she was in your guys' position as well, she'd want you to know what was in this book, or at least this part.
I guess because I forget if we have a map specifically for Gula and all the different locations there. I believe Lindfell is a city, right?
Yes.
Misremembering? Okay.
So, Lionfeld is more of a community of drow. That is where Merzes used to live.
Hmm.
Okay.
Merzes, did
I
you
don't
say
know.
something? You cut out.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, but are we? We haven't yet found anyone to confirm if that's where she's operating from, or she's set up shop
Well,
somewhere
I
else.
understand that's where we're heading next, right? To investigate?
That's an option, but there are other places we could check.
Well, I'm not sure. Are you saying this as Merzes or just as?
Oh no, I'm saying this out of game. Like in game, if we want to bust out a map, and I'll just let you guys know the same thing.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Somebody grab a knife and stab it to the map dramatically.
Here, I'll take
Um,
the whole sword, just ching!
Don't
I
stab my
will-
mother's.
This,
Don't stab my
this
mother's
isn't
table.
a final. This isn't a final battle. And I just pull out
Listen,
some
your
chess
mother's
pieces. You gotta
table was a
use
piece of
chess
shit.
pieces. Them
I,
fighting words.
I will
You know
retroactively
those in
say,
fighting words.
Sidian, you could have gotten a map from Wraith. It is a very crudely
That would
drawn
be
map
handy.
because things kind of shift around and change in Gula often. But there is kind of like a circle that is listed in Gula that kind of labeled as Blindfeld, a circle that's listed as Lost Reach, and then little markings for other various little cities and encampments that are kind of sprinkled around Gula. You don't know how accurate it still is, but
Well, this would have been before the Sids invaded, and then probably a whole bunch of chaos has ensued since then. I
correct.
imagine. Particularly for bigger settlements. It's good to know. Yeah, we'll definitely get that spread out. How, I guess, far away is that looking?
To get to Blindfeld, you're looking at about a 3 days walk.
Does it seem like there's anything between here and there?
Yes, Lost Reach.
Ah,
So if you guys travel straight north from where you guys are at, you guys will go through Lost Reach and then get to Blindfeld. That is the fastest way. However, Lost Reach is probably the most dangerous way. If you try to
God
swing around to go wide to avoid Lost Reach, it would tack on probably about 2 days to your journey.
Crystal did okay. Anyone else getting Lord of the Rings vibes?
Which part?
Unfortunately. As
When
soon as you said
they
if
have
you
to
wanna,
choose between going through the
Mountains.
mines of Moria
Oh,
Nowhere.
right.
or
or over the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and
if
here's the
mountain
thing.
was
Here's
to
the thing.
defeat us.
Here's the thing. And just to guess here, Crystal, I'm assuming you haven't read any Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
How in the
I mean, I feel like this
I
is
mean-
kind of a common trope. If
Cool
I'm gonna
Well, to
choice
be
be
while
fair, they
traveling.
started that trope. So-
That's where it began.
I'll put it
It's been
this
used
way.
elsewhere, I think, but
If one of these things is like home to a giant, like 30-foot tall demon of fire that ends up whipping the hell out of us, I'm just saying that's a hell of a coincidence.
That's on a different country.
Where's the Balor?
I'm saying this out of character. I kind of want to know what Natasha thinks. Because
Then
out
ask,
of
you can
all
always
of us
ask.
here, she kind of has a third person perspective.
She's also like had us be. She's been here like for a while too, surviving. Both
Yeah,
of you
like
have, technically.
Eurus might know Gula in general, but I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, Crystal, I don't think she would be that familiar with that area, right?
No.
Yeah, so that would be outside the wheelhouse. So,
So did you ask her?
yeah. I think among like the various talking or plans or stuff, she does ask Natasha what she thinks, considering the options, and considering that she knows the situation in Gula better. I don't think she knows how she's associated with Merzes, but seeing that she's a drow as well, right? She assumes.
I mean, you could ask. You could always ask.
She was.
So if you ask, you're asking her what her opinion is on the situation?
If we should go through, if we should take the extra time, or if we should try our chances with the shorter route.
I did do some scouting before we left Sutton Outpost. That's the only permanent teleportation circle in the country, at least.
Well,
it was infested with zombies.
that part, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, you guys are fucked either way. So if you go through Lost Reach, the issue we have now is that you guys sent these dogs back to wherever they come from. They were the only things keeping the zombies, and she kind of does zombies in air quotes, from multiplying. So if you try to go through Lost Reach, you may face swarms of them. However, if you try to go around Lost Reach, you are now giving Gluttony, your mother,
I'm sorry. Were you saying like you're just kind of she just wants to clear up. You're saying that we would be giving points at Merz's his mother to Gluttony.
yes.
They've been feuding this whole time?
No. They've been working together.
Then what do you mean? Giving her safety? Giving her access to her?
Giving them time to prepare for your arrival. They now know you're here. You guys sent Gluttony's pets back to her.
Let me just let them march away then.
Do you by chance know how long it'll take them to turn?
It typically takes them about 3 full days for the dogs to come back out.
Much as I'm not exactly looking forward to dealing with it, I think we should go through Lost Reach. I think we need to focus on speed and getting through the infested zones as quickly as possible. Trying not to not trying to fight the horde, but cut through.
I'm sorry. Etienne, were you gonna say something?
Oh, just agreed that we ought to fight our way through, work our way through, eliminating as much as we can as we go.
Now, admittedly, the part of the downside is, or depending on context, we need more information. I don't know if you have right now. How much control do they have over the zombies? Do we have a better name for them?
At the moment, no, but it doesn't
Undead.
seem like there is any control over these zombies. They act on instinct and only want one thing, which is flesh.
Then I may have an idea. This is where we dramatically pause, like skip forward to like several days later, where we're enacting the.
Okay, I was about to say something, and I noticed I was. Are you about to suggest like an impossible burger that we just start throwing at these guys?
Impossible burger?
Starve.
Yes, like just fake meat. Just throw fake meat at these zombies.
No,
My dad accidentally ordered one when he didn't know what it was. It was so funny because
Aw.
he's a very much meat and potatoes guy.
I'm so sorry.
I think we might be
That
able to
must
turn
have been
our.
feeling.
I think we might be able to take our 3 problems and turn them into one solution. If we could somehow draw the swarm to Vansky and Gluttony, we might be able to get them to act in our interest, if we're careful,
It
and if
is.
we're able to manipulate them.
It is about a day's walk from Lost Reach to Blindfeld. Do you have a way of transporting these creatures up there?
They'll chase. They're hungry, right? They'll chase living meat.
Her head
Unless
cocks to the
there's-
side, Zidian, and there's this look of confusion and curiosity.
Listen,
I understand why Merzis is so close to you.
Listen, I'm not saying it's the best plan, but we're not just dealing with a sin here. We're dealing with Pansky too, and anyone she may have in her play. Not mention any devils that might be lurking here. Unless we could raise allies, in which case maybe it would be better to take the longer route, gain some allies. I think it might be for the best to try something a bit gutsy.
I think Eurus it's kind of you could tell her because she's like rubbing her forehead and not in disappointment. It's more like she's trying to comprehend the magnitude of your plan, if that makes sense. So she will just say, so just you want to use a, for lack of a better term, horde that was created by Gluttony's influence, but are completely mindless. Looks at Natasha, right? And use those against her by baiting them with some flesh that they can chase.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's the best plan, but even if it's the other way around and getting Gluttony and Fansky to take down the horde, or getting them to chip away at each other. It still is. I don't know for sure with the effects of the sins if they're gonna disappear, if they're gonna drop dead once Gluttony's dead.
So there's this. She just kind of stares at you for a bit, especially with that last statement. She just kind of stares at you for a bit. Okay, even I'm not going to. That is a plan. That is a plan. We can all agree on that.
I'm not saying it's
Even if
the
we were
final.
able to find or execute this plan, if I may, the reason we're going through this route is to save time. I feel like we would be taking more time trying to route these people, thereby defeating the point. But she'll say, I honestly have no. Those are just my thoughts. I don't really have a plan here. I don't go near there. I don't really know how when you say and looks at Natasha when you say hordes of or several numbers of these people. I don't know if you mean hundreds or thousands, and so I think that's a really risky plan.
Admittedly, with the speed angle, they actually move pretty quick, but that's not necessarily a bonus. And while it might take more time, it's, with the added bit of a zombie horde at our back. I'm not saying we need to do it. I'm just listing it as an idea.
What other allies were you looking to gain by taking the long route?
And Eurus would look at Natasha. If you are willing, and I will give you something for safe passage. At least try to. If we did do the long way, it would give you time to go back to my sisters for their support. And for the news of Faye.
If we're looking to relay with them, I actually do have another way. And he actually pulls out the sending zone that he has linked with Ruda. So he can communicate using this.
Hold on, let me send a text to my GF real quick.
Yo, girl, you up?
Oh god.
Break up with him now. Break up with him, or I will break him for you.
Very much joking.
No, I know. It's just, god damn, god, the cringe. My face just went in. Anyways,
but communicating with them shouldn't be much of an issue right now.
They would still need time to catch up or get to where we need to be.
We could coordinate.
Either way, that would be the reason we would take the long route. That would be that reason.
So then are you guys deciding to go around Lost Reach?
At risk of a monologue, I think Eurus will look at Etienne, considering he has been quite quiet about the situation, and ask him what he thinks.
Let me check my notes about, let's see, where was I? Was Lost Reach, wasn't it?
I was about to say, like, oh god, he's got a monologue ready.
No. Yeah. Your sisters. He's looking at Eurus. found me at Lost Reach. And I had been traveling with 2 others. They did not make it. Somehow I did. I'm not quite sure how. But it is a hellish place. It may be best to avoid it. But I went there looking for answers. Boba, quit messing with my closet, dude. Swear,
Etienne,
hey,
did
monkey tail.
you read Faye's notebook?
Yep. She said my son was excited to see me, which should
Yes.
not be so.
And above that, there was something else that might have caught your attention as well.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to. Yeah.
Did I totally miss it? Was it in a different? Oh, let me see.
I
here.
don't know who Felda is.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't in the thing. Felda equals Lost Reach. Oh shit. Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, yeah, that wasn't apparently in the part that was shown.
Yeah, that changes everything. Roll that back. Oh god.
Etienne's like,
Like,
we're
I'm
going to
just
Lost
imagining
Reach
him, like-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt in that and run it again.
Mhm.
I'm just imagining like full on. It's like having this discussion while Etienne's like reading through like the previous passages. Like, well, I don't know. Maybe it would be best to avoid. Oh my god, we gotta go there.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe he's like
Oh.
just talking, and then he does look down at the journal. Then it catches his eye. He turns it towards himself. Felda. And he'll just whisper her name under his breath. And close his eyes. Eurus, can we trust anything that Faye said to be true? It would be a terrible pain if this was simply the ramblings of a mad woman.
We do consider her sight to be special and true for the most part. Her mind did wander towards the end, but it was only for our benefit. I believe you can trust what she's saying.
Then I am compelled to say that we must go to Lost Reach. At least I find myself compelled to go to Lost Reach. There's someone that I may find there.
That means we'll need to find a way to mask our presence. We're going to be spending an extended time finding it. And unfortunately, that also means we have no context, it seems, on where this person might be. Am I correct in assuming this is your lover?
My wife.
Yeah.
Thought she might have been lost to me. Previously, where we lived, it was raided, burned. I lost her. In the confusion of that day, but her hawk, Isabeau, found me. While I was in Lost Reach, I traveled with that hawk, and I have not seen it since. Ifelda is in Lost Reach. And perhaps the hawk has found her again. And if we enter, it will find us.
And then lead you to her, correct?
Yes.
That I think we could. Then is it settled? Did we have anything more to discuss at this time?
I don't think.
Perhaps we might be able to find more out of what happened. Help us know how we might be able to combat these. I do think it would still be worthwhile to relay our plan to your sisters and try and coordinate an effort.
I agree, that's a good idea.
Backup's always good.
And I don't suppose we have any information on defenses of Blindfell are looking to be right now. If there's any forces stationed there, or anything we need to be aware of, or is that mostly a mystery?
So Blindfeld is easy to get into. The town outside of the manor is... well, they've all been reduced to nothing. If you blow hard enough, you can knock it over. Getting into the manor is different.
Blow with the horn.
Sorry.
Joshua fit the Battle of Jericho.
Sorry, I'm just like the thought that popped into my mind is like saying it in like the most obviously cringy way possible. I can blow pretty hard. No.
I'm sure you're very gifted.
No, Sid does not say that.
A part of Eurus is a little relieved. Oh, okay, thank God. He's gay.
I did not say that.
Dang, Sidian really not fighting the allegations. Okay.
What was that like? Is this was a Brokeback Mountain issue, wasn't it?
No.
It might have been.
Oh God. But yeah, she'll let you know that the city outside of Blindfeld is very weak. The people there are starved to the brink of death. They should put up no resistance. However, inside the manor, I don't know what would await you.
There's people still there being mistreated. Maybe we could use that to our advantage. See if we might be able to recruit desperate people to our cause.
There's one thing that Gula has never run out of. It is desperate people.
Yeah, definitely that.
I feel like Eurus wanted to say a very scathing remark to that concerning Merzis and her relationship, but I don't think she knows her that well.
Okay, so DM Crystal speaking. You guys are going to send a message to the Sisterhood. Let them know that you are planning to go through Lost Reach to get up to Blindfeld. And then you guys are going to go through Lost Reach to get up to Blindfeld. Is that correct?
I believe that is the plan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Thinking so, yeah.
I don't know if Pruda is back there yet, so it might be just Pruda, and then maybe she made really good time. I don't know.
Now that she's in,
I mean,
you guys holding her back.
You have the stone. You can ask, like, "Hey, where you at?" Like,
I only
yeah.
have 25 words. Yeah.
So just the most important words, like we are going to Lost Reach, or Lost Reach.
We are headed to Lost Reach.
Yeah,
Or maybe what
Probably.
happened to, your mom.
that too. Why don't we write this down beforehand?
Yeah,
Why don't
if
we
you guys
get
want
some?
to plan
I-
it out.
Why don't we get some good sleep? Think about it, and then we'll send it.
Probably would be a good idea to send it now, and that way,
Oh yeah.
because it resets at dawn. That way, we have it back tomorrow.
Oh, that
We
is
do
a.
that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, or Sidian, if you want to write out the message you want to send to Huda, and then I will reply back with what Huda says. If she says anything, who knows, she might have died on the way back.
Oh, let's hope
She
not.
might
Love will
be a
find a way.
traitor. For all we
Hopefully
know,
not.
Huda did not exist. It was someone
I
else
mean-
the whole time.
I mean, she like the sending stone. The other sending stone could be destroyed for all I know.
She might have dropped it.
Did she crush it herself? Did she drop it? Did it get stolen? Did it get eaten by one of these dogs? Did she get eaten by one of these dogs? Who knows?
Did she change her mind about
Yes.
sitting? It was like I'm getting in too deep, and then just threw it.
Did she?
Oh no, what if she
keep it-
handed it to someone else? Like she got back home and
Upon-
handed it to one of the other girls. Like,
She,
y'all
she,
can deal with this.
she handed it to Meg.
Oh god. Yeah.
Meg just eats it. I don't know.
So then you just have anger talking at her abs.
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead
Huda,
and let me
Meg,
know.
stop this from.
Go ahead and type out your message, Sidian, to Huda, and then I will reply back with what she sends back if she sends anything back. And then you guys are all able to take a long rest.
Woo.
Are we gonna be wrapping up here? Should I do that now, or is it
Yes.
fine if I do that between sessions?
We will probably be wrapping up here. I know it's a little bit early, but we'll probably wrap up here so that next week we could pick up with you guys heading towards Lost Reach and all that fun stuff that's sure to follow.
Yeah, I'm sure that totally won't end badly.
Totally not. Absolutely not. Is
Oh,
there
man.
is there anything that you guys want to do before the night wraps up?
I was gonna say Natasha and I can probably handle the watches because we only really need 4 hours apiece, and then we can just chill awake.
Yep.
So
Just
you guys can
don't
just knock out your 8 hours.
don't fuck in my mom's house.
Yeah, there's no sense of
Don't get it while you're here.
Okay, in the pumpkin patch then.
I don't give a
It
fuck.
is.
I don't like pumpkins.
Oh my god.
Skeptical of them keeping watch. I mean, Nakasha probably fine then versus proven otherwise, but he's too tired right now to disagree. To oppose that.
Fair. It has been a long day for you guys.
Well, I am checking. While these guys are asleep, I'm actually asking Natasha to do the thing we're talking about. I need to examine exactly how well armored she is, weapons, armor, via that stuff, and if she has some stuff, I'm giving her the armor of fire resistance, the chain shirt, and the ring of warmth, giving her resistance to fire and ice.
Ooh, okay.
Handy.
Sounds good. I'll get that notated down.
Don't fuck it. I'm just kidding.
Like you wake up and we're half naked, just exchanging this cloak because that's technically what I'm wearing. I'm taking it off, cleaning it, and giving it to her before I put on. Turns out I had this great armor that I just didn't put on ever,
Ew.
even though I got
Like
it.
if that happened, the next scene would just be like an image of the outside of the house and then like 3 spikes going through the roof.
I assumed it'd have just been that Mr. Popo scene where you're just like exhale like you're just a tired sigh before you see me getting my ass tossed out the house.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will make note of that. Anything else anyone wants to do before the night ends?
I don't think so.
Probably
Yeah.
could work on stuff, but I mean, also, I don't know how much, because there's the change to that project that Sid was working on. I don't know how many days were remaining of that. Probably progress that, because that very much may end up coming in handy before the end of this arc. I don't know.
True. Let me think on that, and I'll get back to you next week.
Yeah.
It won't be too much of a delay. Probably close to finishing it.
Because now he doesn't need to worry about the blades.
Yeah.
Not the blades, but as soon as we get some time, I really need you to take a look at these goggles. We've had these since the beginning, and they really could use some attention.
Yeah. I think you like showed them off enough to Sid, and like had him examine them enough. It's like, bro, we need to get these fixed, but like we just haven't had the time because you disappeared, and then we have had no downtime between these two arcs.
That's true.
Yay.
So no opportunity to fix them.
It's like, no, like this night vision shit's awesome. I don't know what all these other buttons do, because it's still glitchy, but this night vision's awesome.
Bro, we need to get that true sight.
It does so much.
God, they talking, bro.
Oh.
Bro.
Okay. But yeah, send me what you're gonna send to Fruta between now and next week. Think it over. And then we will pick up next week with the next day. You guys heading over to Lost Reach.
Woo!
Yeah.
Enjoy your long rest.
Will do.
We'll need it.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh,
I don't know if I shared this last time, because I know you guys were saying at the beginning of this session that how you were going to try and take care of